Hello, welcome to a on-location edition of Pipe Corner. You probably recognize this shot. I've previously posted a video here for Bar Corner that I've just finished shooting, and I'm going to shoot a quick one for pipes. So if I'm less exposed than I was in the last video, it's because I wanted you to see some of the view here. As last time it was all focused on me as I was showing off products, and I wanted the products lit. In this case, I'm just going to be smoking and talking, and you can figure out what I'm doing by silhouette, and this will give you a better chance to see the view from up here on top of the escarpment. It's a beautiful escarpment. For those of you not familiar with the escarpment, it is a line of cliffs that runs all the way from Queenston Heights, which is down in the Niagara Peninsula, and it runs all the way up to the top of the Tobermory Peninsula, north of Owen Sound, which is a peninsula that juts right up into the two halves of Lake Huron proper and the Georgian Bay, which, if you have ever seen a picture of Lake Huron, it's described as like an angel with wings. Lake Huron is the angel, and Georgian Bay on the other side of the peninsula is the wings. So kind of a pretty layout, nice looking layout, and a beautiful place to be. Anywhere along the escarpment, you're going to get a beautiful view. You find nice people. There is a trail system called the Bruce Trail, and that's what I'm on right now. I'll put a link in the description below if you have an interest in it. And the Bruce Trail runs all the way, and there are people who take the time to hike every section of it over the course of sometimes years or decades, and in the case of some ambitious souls, in the case of a single summer, people will try to hike the whole thing, and more power to them. So that's where we are. Let's move on to why we're here. So for those of you who have been following along on my Instagram account, you know that I've been trying 9 blends from the Seattle Pipe Club, and I've been going through them to determine what my favorite one is. I'm going to be doing a video covering all 9 blends and what I thought of them, including announcing my favorite. That's probably going to be posted this Saturday, if I can get it recorded in time. One of the honorable mentions I'm going to be making in that video, I'm going to cover here. So this is a bit of a sneak preview on one of my experiences. And for that, I'm going to need my favorite pipe here, one of my favorites, the Brebbia Sun, which I featured in my first video. I'm putting a fresh Peterson charcoal filter in there. OCD Piper, I know you said the other day that I should be changing this every bowl. I thought that I was changing it too soon after 3 or 4 bowls, but no, apparently I'm supposed to be changing them after every bowl. I'm not sure I'm going to start doing that, but in this case, this one's for you. Nice fresh filter. One of the things that I discovered, I was out with the first blend that I smoked from Seattle Pipe Club last week was the Mississippi River, and I liked it. I liked it well enough, and I thought, you know, that deserves a second bowl. And my go-to second bowl pipe is the Brebbia Sun. Like I said in that video, this is the go-to pipe for just one more. Let's have another one. It's a meerschaum bowl. You can just keep filling it and filling it. You don't need to let it cool in between. So I grabbed my Brebbia Sun and I started smoking the Mississippi River. And what I noticed was that because this is also usually my go-to pipe for the Watch City's Ahab's Comfort blend of tobacco, which was also in that first video, there was a lot of ghosting of those flavors, and they went along really well with the Mississippi River. So I decided I wanted to try a blend, as is a mix in my pipe, of 90% Mississippi River and 10% Ahab's Comfort, just to bring out that flavor a little more than ghosting. Now I am 100 feet off the ground here, so I'm being very careful with retention of all of my bits and bobs, as I don't want any of them going over the edge. I'll never get them back. Both of these tobaccos come in a fairly coarsely cut flake, so they're very easy to rub out. I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know what they call it when they make it, but I would call it something akin to like a crumble flake. I don't know. But it is very easy to rub out. So there's my Brebbia Sun packed with roughly 80-90% Mississippi River from Seattle Pipe Club and 10 to 20% Ahab's Comfort from Watch City. Let's see how it goes. It's very cool. It's got some of the really nice baking spice and root beer kind of flavors from the Ahab's Comfort, because it is a very strong flavor, so it does carry quite a bit, even this low proportion in the mix. That is quite nice. It's a mellower version of the flavors in either. A little more robust flavor in the Mississippi River and a little more mellower flavor of the Ahab's Comfort, which you'd expect. I really like coming up here. I started coming up here, must have been the fall of 2000, I think was the first time I would have been here. For those of you who are local and you want to find this, if you go up Walker's Line, north of Highway 5, south of Dairy Road, there's a little left and right turn in the road at number 2 side road. A little historic cemetery right there. When you make the left before making the right, you can go straight into a little parking lot for the Mount Nemo Conservation Area. And if you follow the trail, which gets steep and rocky quickly, you will eventually get to a ladder that takes you up a sheer face, and then you're on top of the escarpment. And then you can walk along, and there's a bunch of these nice little windows off the escarpment through the trees. I was here a couple months ago, and with fewer leaves on the trees, the views were better. You could see stuff that was better, but the stuff that you were seeing was a little more skeletal. It wasn't as filled in as this. So this is nice in a different way. Well, I'm probably gonna finish up this pipe and then start heading down the path back to the trail to my car and start editing some videos, which I'd like to do. and start working on some of my other housekeeping chores at home, which I probably would rather be here than doing, but this is a day to do them, so I might as well get them done. So you out there in YouTube land, you have yourself a wonderful week, and I will see you this Saturday with a new edition, a new at-home edition of Pipe Corner. Cheers.